There is a quiet truth that the world tries to bury beneath noise. You were not made by accident. The fingerprints of heaven are pressed upon your soul, and no one else carries your exact design. You are not a copy, not a repetition, not a random arrangement of dust and breath. You are a divine thought, spoken into existence with intention. The stars were flung across the skies to remind you that beauty does not apologize for shining, and neither should you. When God formed you, He did not consult the opinions of the world. He wrote your purpose before the oceans began their rhythm, before light first broke the darkness. And though the world measures worth by comparison, heaven does not deal in duplicates. You were created to stand apart, not in pride, but in purpose. To be set apart is not to be distant, but devoted. It means your life carries a fragrance that this world cannot imitate. You are chosen to walk a path that may not always be crowded, but it leads to glory that will never fade. There will be days when you question your worth, when your reflection feels dim and your heart wonders if you truly matter. In those moments, remember, diamonds do not sparkle in crowds. They shine when placed under light. God allows solitude not to punish you, but to reveal what He placed within you. Every delay, every detour, every unseen season is heaven's craftsmanship, polishing, shaping, preparing you for the stage of His glory. The world might overlook you, but heaven keeps its eyes fixed upon you. The truth is, the call to be one in a billion is not about fame or applause. It is about faithfulness. It's about standing firm in a world that constantly bends. It's about loving when others hate, forgiving when others hold grudges, hoping when others despair. You are not called to blend in, you are called to illuminate, and light, by its very nature, must stand apart from the darkness. So rise, not because you are better than others, but because you are beloved by the one who made you. You carry divine DNA strength that storms cannot steal, grace that failure cannot erase, and a purpose that eternity itself recognizes. You are one in a billion, not by chance, but by choice, His choice. You were set apart, not to hide in the shadows, but to reflect His glory until the world remembers who made the light. You were divinely designed with purpose. There are no duplicates in heaven's creation. Before your first breath, heaven already knew your name. You are not an accident, nor a coincidence born of chance and chaos. You were formed by deliberate hands, sculpted with divine artistry, and breathed into being by the will of God Himself. Every detail of your being, the way your heart responds to compassion, the rhythm of your thoughts, the dreams that stir you awake at night, was crafted with precision. The Creator does not repeat Himself. When He made you, He broke the mold, not out of limitation, but out of love. You carry within you something no other soul on earth possesses, a specific reflection of His image meant to reveal a part of Him the world has not yet seen. Yet, how easily we forget this truth. We measure ourselves by others, chasing approval from crowds that did not create us. We allow comparison to rob us of peace, as if God's design were somehow insufficient. But heaven does not design in mediocrity. Every thread of your being is woven with eternal purpose. Your existence is not to mimic, but to manifest, to bring forth something of divine originality into a weary world. Consider the stars. No two shine in the same pattern, yet together they compose the beauty of the night. So it is with humanity. You were placed exactly where you are in this moment of time to contribute something sacred. God's plan for you was not an afterthought. It was written in the same breath that commanded galaxies into motion. The world will try to tell you that you must fit in, but heaven whispers that you were born to stand out. When you begin to see yourself as heaven sees you, fear loses its grip. You stop striving to earn your worth and begin to walk in the confidence of being chosen. You realize that your uniqueness is not a flaw to be hidden, but a message to be lived. Every gift you have, every struggle you endure, and every victory you experience is part of a larger masterpiece. You are not just one among billions, you are one in a billion, and the one who made you calls that not ordinary but glorious. Being set apart is not isolation, it is preparation for God's glory to shine through you. There will be moments in life when you feel left behind, when doors close, friends drift away, and the path ahead narrows into silence. It is easy then to believe you have been forgotten, that somehow you've wandered outside the circle of blessing. But being set apart is not rejection. It is refinement. God often hides his most precious work in seasons of solitude. The seed that grows into a mighty tree first spends time buried in darkness, unseen, yet transforming. So it is with the soul that belongs to heaven. God's preparation often looks like separation. He removes you from noise so you can hear his voice. He leads you away from comfort so that faith can grow where sight cannot guide. The world may interpret your stillness as stagnation, but heaven sees it as sacred training. You are not being kept from something. You are being made for something. The waiting, the stretching, the pruning, all are marks of divine intention. No gold shines before it is refined by fire. No diamond gleams before it is cut. The pain of your process is proof that God has placed glory within you. To be set apart is to be chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. You were not called to walk the common road, but the narrow one where every step depends on grace. Others may rush ahead chasing recognition, but you are learning the rhythm of trust. The quiet seasons where no one applauds are often the very moments heaven is building your foundation. You are not losing time, you are being shaped to carry eternal weight. When your heart aches for companionship, remember, Jesus, too, withdrew to lonely places, not because he was abandoned, but because he was aligning with his Father's will. Solitude is the forge of strength, and silence the language of growth. God is not punishing you by setting you apart. He is positioning you. When the appointed time arrives, the world will see what heaven has been crafting in secret. A life radiant with glory, purified by patience, and strong enough to bear his light. You are not isolated. You are in the hands of the artist, waiting for his masterpiece to be revealed. True greatness is not in blending in, but in reflecting God's light where darkness prevails. The world teaches us to blend, to conform, to move with the crowd, to wear masks that make us acceptable. But the soul that belongs to God was never designed to disappear in sameness. You were created to be a vessel of divine light, not a shadow of the world's imitation. Greatness, in heaven's eyes, has never been about applause or status. It is about illumination. It is the courage to stand in a place where others bow, to speak truth when silence is safer, and to love fiercely when the world grows cold. Light has no need to announce itself. It simply shines, and by doing so, exposes what darkness cannot hide. In the same way, your life was meant to reveal something beyond yourself. Every act of kindness, every moment of faith, every step taken in obedience becomes a reflection of God's heart. You may think your presence is small, but a single candle can push back an entire room of shadows. God never asked you to be the sun, only to let his light pass through you. The world will try to convince you that blending in is wisdom, that standing out is pride. But conformity is often the quiet enemy of calling. When you dim your light to make others comfortable, you deny the very reason you were created. You are not here to echo the world's noise. You are here to sing heaven's melody. Your words, your actions, your integrity, they are the beams that pierce through despair and remind the world that hope still lives. True greatness is not loud, it is lasting. It is found in those who live with conviction when compromise would be easier. It shines in hearts that choose forgiveness instead of bitterness, truth instead of approval, faith instead of fear. You reflect God not by being perfect, but by being willing to let His light shine through the cracks of your humanity. For it is through those very cracks that grace escapes and touches the dark. So walk boldly. Let your life be the lantern God carries into the night. You were not made to blend. You were made to blaze. And when you do, darkness will tremble, for even the smallest spark of divine light carries the brilliance of eternity.